Hi everyone, today is Friday the 28th of July 2017 and the symbolism is escalating even more than usual. Now we don't just have Luke's lightsabers and Rey's staff, we actually have Luke Skywalker, the Jesus character, actually holding a physical staff right here. Remember, me and the Grok Swan have said many times that this character on this 2017 Economist cover represents Luke Skywalker and Jesus with his staff right there. You see how he is stood on top of this mountain-like structure, just like Rey had to walk up a mountain to find Luke. But anyway, we've just had this train crash that has happened in Barcelona, and it says 48 injured after carriage smashes into station platform. So it's basically like a collision, basically. And it says Daniel's vision of the ram and the goat. When the ram and the goat collide, that's what it represents. See? The carriage colliding with the station platform, just like the ram colliding with the goat. It's the exact same thing. Well, that's what it represents anyway. I mean, probably most, if not all, of the train disasters that have ever happened represent the same thing. Like, including, like, fictional ones and non-fictional ones. Like, even the Hollyoaks train crash, the 7/7 bombings, etc., etc. I mean, here it says that this was posted 15 minutes ago, representing the 5th age of the Bible. So, also 48 is very close to 50 for the 5th age. But the 4 represents the 4th age that we're in at the moment. So, see this guy in Doctor Who, they called him Star. Just like Luke's got a staff, just like this guy's got a staff, see? God have mercy on us all. Jamie Foxx is the Obama type character in The Amazing Spider-Man 2, but more predominantly in White House Down, because he actually plays the president in that film. That is why White House Down was shown on ITV2 last night, to just show this symbolism ramping up. I can't actually remember whether it was both Jesus and Moses who both had staffs, or whether it was one or the other. But the point is, many people, like, some people have equated Caesar in Planet of the Apes to Moses, whereas other people have equated him to Jesus. So maybe, like, the same thing can be said for Luke. I mean, like, the fact that he's wearing grey suggests that Luke could have become a grey Jedi. Like, it could even be equated to, like, Gandalf the Grey in Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit. Because obviously, like, magic is basically like the Force. Gandalf wears grey, just like Luke is wearing grey here. Gandalf has a staff, just like Luke has. And obviously, Gandalf has a beard, just like Luke does. Gandalf has longish hair, just like Luke does here. Well, obviously this guy here has also got a beard as well. But the difference is he's wearing red instead. But maybe that's got to do with like in the first Harry Potter films um, where Dumbledore was played by Richard Harris, he was wearing red because it's probably got to do with the vesture of red that Jesus wears at the end times. Because probably like Dumbledore and Gandalf both represent Jesus. So this staff guy could be considered the Jesus character. Number one, he's played by an actor called Jack. Well, it's just like in King Kong, where there's a character called Jack, and he's the Jesus character. So, I mean, obviously, this guy's got a mustache instead of a beard, but it's still facial hair at the end of the day. Like, I mean, you could even notice that it says St. Mark's Hospital here. Obviously, the saints are to do with Christianity, but you see the name Mark, that's significant because obviously Luke's played by Mark Hamill. So yeah, this is the Jack guy that I was on about out of King Kong. Obviously he's wearing white for heaven. So basically, it's interesting that I mentioned King Kong and Planet of the Apes because obviously both films have got to do with apes. I mean, obviously there's only one ape in the King Kong films, and there's like loads of apes in the Planet of the Apes films, but you know, you get the point. I mean, both Planet of the Apes and King Kong, they're sort they're sort of about mankind's cruelty towards animals. Well, predominantly apes. So, I mean, it could be to do with evolution, like uh like apes evolving into man, like human beings. So, I mean, it's entirely possible that God could have created everything, including human beings and apes. Um, but part of God's creation could have been evolution because God is that clever. Like, he could have, yes, he could have made Adam and Eve, but they could have just been an experiment. What he really wanted to do to create the rest of mankind is to have them evolve from apes into humans. But obviously, before there were apes, we were just fish. Because like that's how we survived, like the dinosaurs being wiped out, because we just like hid underwater in the great depths beneath the surface. No, certain people could have an argument with me and say, oh, why didn't God just make human beings straight off the cuff? Like, why did he make apes and then have them evolve into humans? Like, Well, the point is, it's because apes are supposed to have their time and humans are supposed to have their time. I mean, yeah, you can't just say that all of us came from Adam and Eve. Like, because at the end of the day, one of Adam and Eve's kids was a murderer. So, like, Adam and Eve wouldn't have enough children to populate the entire planet. Like, and their children wouldn't have enough kids, and their children's children wouldn't have enough kids. Like, it's a bit ludicrous if you think about it. I mean, you can't say that every single murderer that has ever lived, their DNA can be traced back to Adam and Eve. That is just bullshit, because quite a lot of murderers are only murderers because they're possessed by Satan. So, let's bring this video to a close. Obviously, I always go on about that King Kong came out in 2005 for the Fifth Age, but if you look at the money that it made at the box office, see all of those fives for the Fifth Age right there, in that sum of money? At the end of the day, Jesus is our protector, just like military guys are our protectors. Remember, in this King Kong 2005 movie, Jack Black, aka Carl Denham, is the Satan character because he's really cruel to King Kong. That is why his last name is Black, for the darkness. I mean, you could go really deep into this. Like, you could say his height is 1.85. So you could say that five's for the Fifth Age. And then you could say, oh, SS for Suicide Squad and the Nazi SS. And then you could say the V for the Fifth Age in Venture. Because remember, in Roman numerals, a V is a 5. Here we are. We have Caesar, the Jesus character. Then we have this other ape, which is the Moses character with the staff right there. Then if we scroll down, there's the Revelation 12 woman character, the Alice character. She's blonde and she's wearing blue for Jesus. Remember, in the Alice in Wonderland book, Alice is a child. She's blonde and she wears blue. So, we even have this one character from Marvel called Proxima Midnight, and she's got a staff, look. See? See, her skin's blue for Jesus. God have mercy on us all. See the green for Hulk. And then this thunder and lightning is for Thor. And Electro. See the fire in the background? The buildings are on fire, representing the USA being burned with fire. There's a scene in War for the Planet of the Apes where Caesar is tied up, and it sort of reminded me of Jesus being nailed to the cross. It's got to do with the staff of Merlin in Transformers: The Last Knight and Loki's staff.